And so, like, if you just take a moment to look in your life, like, whose fault is it, your life? Your parents? Your partner? Me? The enlightened guru? The education system? Society? What about if you took responsibility for some of it? How does that make you feel? And you'll notice that that feeling is super uncomfortable. But by not taking any responsibility, there is staying small. It's like you don't act out what you want. You don't get to make choices because you refuse to take responsibility for yourself. Is your unhappiness really somebody else's fault? I mean, all the sutras say and all the teachers imply that it's all inside your mind. And if that is the case, then the enemy that you're blaming is a fragment of yourself, is part of your mind. Now, for some people that internalize everything, this can create immense shame or immense anxiety, me saying this, but for some people it can be liberating. So just be aware of how this makes you feel, and no words are true. So if this is making you feel uncomfortable, then you don't have to listen to it, or you can listen to it but know that you aren't guilty. That taking responsibility isn't taking guilt. Taking responsibility is seeing that there is nobody that is responsible. That's the only way you can be fully human. Because to be fully human doesn't always mean to be good or innocent. That's not the way it goes. Because 3-4 times a day we have to eat something. We have to drink something. We have to compete with others in order to succeed and make money. And you can blame society for that. You can blame evolution. You can blame what you like, but that's a reality. You can sit on the fence and pretend that you don't do it, but you do it. You're just unconscious that you're doing it. You are competing in your mind. That's why you argue with people in your head. That's why you put people down. That's why your body feels certain ways in situations, or wants to express itself when it's out with friends about what it's done or what it's bought or what it's good. There's nothing wrong with competition. It's not unenlightened to be in competition. What's unenlightened is not to fully embrace being human, which most people don't want to do. They want to stay small, and in staying small, you'll actually do your worst acts of evil. In playing the victim to life and to other people, this is when you'll do the worst things to other people. When you really take responsibility for your actions and for your life, then this is when you really become human. When you really become empowered. And in doing that, it's so obvious and clear that there is no human. There's nobody having the experience. This is life's experience. Because how could your action now possibly be a singular entity's action when everything is connected? The reason why our mind repeats so often stories, say if you are trying to tell yourself you're victim to something, and then you suddenly think, oh, maybe I'm guilty, no, it's their fault, no, it's my fault, is because no story you tell yourself can actually be the truth of the situation. Life is way more complicated than that. How can we really comprehend how something happens now? Well, if we look in time, there is infinite effect of things. We can trace back this action infinitely, back to the beginning of time, if time ever did begin. Back to the beginning of things, if things ever did begin. You can't ever find an independent action. But that can't be truly seen if you're trying not to be yourself on the human level, because as you avoid yourself on the human level, there is a seeking to try and define who you are on the human level in time, to try and define where you've come from, where you're going, trying to define that you're good. You're always looking to be the image of yourself, this image that you've got of yourself. And really, you can't be anything. Your innocence expressing as a human, but that human isn't innocent. That human is an animal, is as it is. It competes, it gets jealous, it gets angry, it loves, it's joyful, it poops, it cries, it's vulnerable, it's afraid, it's happy, it's excited, it's expressive, it's creative. If you're constantly trying to pretend you're just innocent, then you're not ever going to be fully expressing now and fully empowered now. You're going to be always trying to prove to yourself that you're innocent, that you're nice, that you're friendly, and the other is bad. The other creates the problem. Nobody's created your problems. It's life, it's a happening. This is what's happening. This is the freedom. Your problems come from an overactive mind that's constantly looking for itself, this illusory self in time, trying to be something. I am something, and that something that you feel yourself to be, that limitation that you feel yourself to be, feels incomplete, so seeks even harder in time, thinks even harder, tries even harder to get something. You are this, and in this you are a strong human being, and you aren't victim to life or anything, because you are that very life. You right now on the human level is an expression of everything that came before. You are billions of years of evolution, and on the absolute level you are this divine, infinite knowing, this mystery,